Hi everyone, just here. Thanks for watching my channel Strength and Power. Today I will show you a video about how to execute a snatch in weightlifting. I spent a lot of time on it and I hope it brings a lot of value to you and that you can bring some key points from it. I've tried to engage you as you were there. So I just thought I might pop in and just say hello to you before the video is on. So just get on with it. Thank you. See you soon. Bye. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Strength and Power. I've got 15 years at least of experience of weightlifting and I've coached several people. So let's just crack into it.
As you can see, I'm coming in here. I'm going for my first warm-up technique lifts. They are very much needed. Do not underestimate them. We usually do them to just, catch up with some speed and some angles and, stretch a bit as well and get the feel for how it's going to feel when it comes to the technique. So just carry on with it. Do not rush it.
A snatch is what we call a lift. I'm gonna have to stand like this here. When we actually hold the grip wide, which makes it, a bit harder than actually the clean. The clean is here. We are stronger in here. The closer we come to our body, the more centered with something. The further out we go with something, especially our grip here, we don't have as much power, but at the end of the day you can actually train it up and you can be very good, and I've seen some very powerful snatches. You get a typical adrenaline kick from it. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it from hang first. So this is a hang. Okay, we're not going to hang over like that. Okay, so we're going to have a control posture, like form. I used to say look up a bit slightly, because if you do that, that means your chest is always coming up as well. Because if you have a neutral position, you can have it can be a tendency to actually go there and then look down and then you drop it. So keep it up here, shoulder blades together slightly. Here, nicely grip, and then you go and sit and you go up, okay? So I'm standing quite wide now. I'm going to go a bit further in. Okay. So wherever you want to stand in, width, it's got to do with your body proportions. Okay. So here again, up, pull, sit. Okay. I always prefer that we're sitting.
Yes, I'm coming in again for a second round with the bar. I kind of am a big fan of actually warm up a bit extra. It's kind of good to do that extra triple lifts. It's not that much, but it's going to give you so much if you kind of take your time to do them. It's crucial for how the next session is going to feel like.
When I sit down there, then I actually stretch a bit. And I'm sitting there and warming up the angle. We talk a lot about angles in weightlifting, okay? Do a whole hang snatch from here, okay? That's what we look like, okay? And I know some have a very good day, then you can actually do this. Up, you can do that on a light weight, yes. But you have to still have the good, body form and control. And that's one of the reasons for that weightlifters don't use mirrors. We don't need mirrors because we need to know where our body is centered, and we need to actually also know where to push from. Is it from the heels? Is it squeezing a special muscles? For example, keep the shoulder blades together. I've seen that mistake in many weightlifters on a big competitions as well. Okay, here you go here. So a common mistake is that you come here, you're bending, and that's because you are not actually, you have the bar too much in front of you. You're gonna have to go a bit slight backwards, okay, and squeeze your shoulder blades, because that's the muscles or the body parts that's actually gonna hold your stable position for your shoulders, and you cannot, press. If you press in weightlifting, it's an illegal lift. And it's not good for your elbows either. You need to lock your elbow.
So I've just put on some more weight on the bar, not that hugely amount much. I like to do it very slow, and I think it's important that most of us actually do follow that slow progress when it comes to the warm up still. Do triples, and that's just because we want to sit in between each snatch we actually do to actually get the correct technique.
We were here. And if you feel, we go from here and we stop here. Okay, and then we go up. We control it, shoulder blades together. Chin slightly up. Alright. And then we go down. Here, like an overhead squat. And then we go down. Up, sorry. So, we're going to do it again. So we're hanging here. And then we try to actually sink through. And then go up. So we actually have to practice to sit a bit like this. Sit here. 1, 2, get up. Okay? The muscles you need to involve are the hamstrings and your glutes. So there's also another weightlifting variation of snatch. And that's from the hips like this here. Okay? And we're going to do the same thing again. But that requires a lot of shrug. Here, and you go, shrug, okay? So you see what I was doing? I was getting up on my toes, extending everything ahead. Straight up, straight down. Okay. So it needs to be quick, okay?
So I'm doing another lift on the same weight. It depends on how you feel for the day and how the daily shape is. I'm a slow warm-up person, so I like to feel how it feels like before I start to actually do the real lifts as we speak after the warm-up. It gives me quite a lot because that's kind of crucial for how the rest of the session is going to feel like.
Two ways of doing this. Either you stand here and you jump under and catch it, get up. Or you stand here, you get up on your toes and down quick. So that's two types of different. Instead of doing a hang snatch, I would probably say start from here. Just here to start with. Okay, up with your chin a little bit, up with your chest. Now go here and down. Okay, if that's difficulty, then I suggest you come here again. Stop here. This is what we call a power snatch. Here, and a slide outwards with our feet. Okay, and then we go up and then okay, like that. So I'm gonna go here instead. Or maybe on this side, so you see it better.
So you see I'm coming in here again. I repeat myself quite a lot. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. I'm starting to preparing here and setting up for my round for still, I would say, warm-up lifts. Not that heavy, but a little bit heavier. And this time I'm actually going to go from the floor. I'm going to pull the bar from the floor rather than just standing in a hang. It's so many reasons for why you need to be doing it from the hang. It depends on what you feel like warming up. I like to actually warm up the seat first and the shoulders and see how it feels like before I actually go in doing the lifts from the ground.
It's really hard. You're gonna see God, how am I going to do that? I mean, it looks very easy, but it takes years to get to a good technique point, especially in snatches. The first time you start doing snatches, you can actually like increase a lot, of course, because you've never done it. But you come to a certain point, maybe after half a year or so, that you get very frustrated, and I just can't keep saying and encourage you, do not stop. It will come back, okay? Right. So basically, when we start a snatch, we start here at the bottom, and the reason for that, I tell you to actually stand with your feet slightly outwards, is because the hips will come through easier then, and then you actually get a better alignment and form with your back, so you don't actually lean forwards, okay? Which means heels or the whole foot here should be planted onto the weightlifting platform here, okay? So
and another round in the same weights, coming in here, setting up, doing. It's not like a CrossFitter, you can say that. It takes a bit of a time to actually get into the mental mood. I would say, especially for me, we have different routines to get into. So it's just a bit of I would say it's a tics. Actually, try to get rid of it. Anyway, so it's the second round here. I always do triples, as we say. It might be that the first round of the triples might not feel good at all, and the second round you get into it a bit more, and then you're gonna start feel even better because you're actually warming up the angles, as I said before. I cannot stress that enough. I'm warming up, and stretching, and get used to actually getting out and down in the angles.
I'm gonna put on some weight. This, by the way, is a technique bar. It's 5 kilos. It's very vulnerable for actually being loaded on. So it's just maximum of 20 kilo. It's usually initially for beginners and for kids. Circumstances that, beginners that are adults, a bit older, can actually lift on that in a competition. I'm gonna show you something here. These are collar locks. Do always put them on the barbell, okay? So they can be open and close, okay? Open, close. So we're gonna open them now. And the reason I need to show you how to do it. So here, it's important. So, and we lock them. The reason for why we do this, that's because we don't want the weights to actually slip off. In this case, it's quite good friction because I think they are internationally approved, but not all weights are like that. So it doesn't matter if you have garage weights or other type of bumper plates that you need for weightlifting, because otherwise you can't bump them down when you finish the lift, because you don't want to destroy the floor with metal plates. Anyway, so that's just the reason why. And it's safer, and it will be, and you just stop. And there we go, okay? And you see I'm going here. Okay, I'm not going there, I'm not going here. Okay, so one of the faulty mistakes are that most actually go and they lead with a bum. Okay, so bum needs to be down while lifting. Okay, if bum comes up, you're gonna, it's a setup for a faulty lift, a legal lift, a competition especially. And you're not going to process or develop. If that's the case, that you do it and you have more weights on and you stick up with your bum ahead when you start a lift, then it means you have too much on. You need to strengthen, your hamstrings a bit better before you do that, and get into the, correct angles, okay? And also plant the foot down to the platform, like this, see? And there you shrug, extend, and garter, okay? But what I will say.
So I'm coming in here for my single. I always prefer to go up on singles because you need to wake up the fast twitch fiber muscles to actually, get them to be alive a bit. You go on 90% of your daily shape, whatever 90% is for that day. I'm not here to show off or anything. I'm just here to demonstrate for you how to actually, execute the technique correctly. I'm not here to show off on a repetition, one repetition max for you or in competition or anything. See how quick it's gonna go. Bang, boom. So that's how quick a snatch really is.
everything. I'm gonna stand there, I'm gonna plant my feet, I'm gonna get off of my chest, back straight, and all this kind of thing. No, I mean, just focus the correct form with the back. Okay, as long as the back is fine, then we are good. Okay. So, here. Okay, so we're going up here again. And I'm going to do a whole snatch, as you can see. Up. Sit. Okay? And I'm going to do it here in front of you. I hope I'll get the good picture now. Here. Look up slightly. And up. Okay? Like I said, this is involving a lot of balance, technique, strength, timing, coordination, everything, you name it. And that doesn't, you just don't do this. I'm also going to show you one of the faulty starts that can occur or often occur. The reason for that is because the flexibility to stand here is not there. And especially people also who have a bit, longer legs. Nothing wrong with that, okay? So basically here, and then they lift, they go here. Do you see the difference? Here. You don't want to lift it here. You want to do here. Okay. And usually also we can have lifts that goes like this. We just like, we're leaning too much forward. What happens then? Yeah, if I do a lift here, and I'm leaning here, I mean, it's going to go too slow, it's going to be wrong, and that's going to mean that you have to swing it, okay? So, by that, I mean, if I'm here, say, if I'm going to get under it, then I'm swinging it. I'm swinging it to get under. That's not the technique we're after. So, when you do weightlifting, you actually have to be prepared to be a bit bruised. You get used to it. But you will ignore it too because you think it's so fun. That's why you continue. So anyway, you go here and it's like you have to slip your body. Oh, all the way through. Don't be afraid to scratch your shins. When you actually pull the bar from the ground, that means that you're close. Okay? That means that you're close. Okay? So they don't care if you go up with your toes before or anything else. That's up to you to correct during your training sessions, okay? So I'm showing you one more time. This one, no, okay? I would say practice a lot of pulls first. So you just stand here. If you must stand here, you stand here, but then you have to up, okay? Then you do an extra strong. I'm going to go through pulls later on, but this session is just snatches, okay? So set yourself up for non-failure. Okay, technique, and we go down here, we just do what I do now. Okay, up, grip. You see how quick I was underneath? I went up and I went down. But that also takes a lot of training. I can say that's not really easy. Except for maybe if you're a gymnast. You're a bit spoiled. Okay, so that's it for the snatch session. I'll show you a quick recap. So when you start the snatch, you can stand here, hang, not there. What happens if we hang here? That means that your bum is going to stick. It's going to pull here a lot. You're already straight here, which means you're sticking. And that also means you're not using your legs. You're going to start using your back instead. So once again, here, steady on your feet and bend your legs. Lift with your legs. We always lift with your legs, not back. Okay. So we do a power snatch, which is this. Okay, and then we just sink through. Sit here and get up. You can stand up. A power snatch is it takes a lot of, takes a high explosive pull to actually be able to catch it and catch a lot of amount of weight. But if you can master the correct technique with actually doing the full range motion one from the sit and pulling it through here from the sit, okay? Then you can actually utilize your power from your legs when you learn to actually push from your right angles with your legs, okay? And for that, so a power snatch, I'll show you. It's like this. Here, that's a power snatch, okay? And it can be good sometimes to do them, but I wouldn't speak for them too often. Myself gets a lot of knee pain from them because they're quite explosive, so you get to be a bit wary there. So basically if we do there, and then you just sink through, okay? Do it again. We can do it from hand, here, there, and sink through, okay? And after that, one shoulders up, stand like that, grip it. Pull it in, and push your scapulars, your shoulder blades together, put it back a little bit slightly. If that's okay, then you can just, you know, narrow your grip a bit, like that. And you try to push it out here. And I'm aware that many are not in that stage even, and I'll do it a bit closer. So, the grip, see, open a palm or hand, okay? Should not be like that, not the thumb over. I'm gonna place it here and squeeze it, okay, like this. You see the difference? And the reason for why we do that, we can do that now, so underneath, like that. Sorry, like that. Reason for why we do that is because otherwise the ball will slip out of our hands, you know. You have to